Hey guys, it's Mike coming to you live again from the Backyard Oasis here in sunny Dallas, Texas. We have got a cool, fun night tonight. I've shot one video already on a really cool camera that I'll be posting soon. But this next video, I want to talk to you about some cool cameras that you can still go buy at the store. You can go to Walgreens and go buy these things. Or you can do like me and you can buy an entire case of them from somebody for $10 and you have no idea if they're still any good or not, but they're still cool. And a couple of tips and tricks about them and little thoughts on them. Disposable cameras. 27 roll, color, no name. Like, this is not a branded thing. This is a cheap knockoff something or another. It has a flash. For indoor photography, shoots 27 exposures. They're single-use cameras. All of these, I think I got about 60 of these things, which is pretty awesome. And I actually bought them because I was going to take the film out and use the film in some other cameras because it was cheaper to buy 60 rolls of 27 exposure film and take them out and put them into a real camera that I like to use that's not a disposable throwaway camera in a cardboard package. Well, there's a problem with that. And I brought a camera, this same camera, that I've disassembled slightly. It's naked, shield your eyes, women and children. So this camera was this camera. And I took all the cardboard coating off. And a couple things to talk about with that. When you do that, you notice that there's holes here. And these seams aren't super, I don't know, light, you know, they probably got light leaks, okay? This particular one has a battery, so there's a nice little battery here in the bottom of it, and I can't get the battery compartment open, but that's where the battery compartment is. These are not designed for you to open and use them. They're designed for you to use them once, as they indicate on their single-use camera. Take them and send them off to get developed, or take them wherever you get them developed, and then the person developing them will open them up, and then they'll take this camera and they'll throw it in the trash. That hurts my heart, to have someone throw a perfectly good camera in the trash. Well, until I opened it up and realized what's going on. So let's open this thing up. So once you get that thing open, there's a little tab over here for you to open it. And yes, there's film in there, but it's been ruined already. Trust me, I gave this to my son, and he's the one that took the outer packaging off and opened it up and was like, "Look, Dad, there's film in here. This is awesome. What is this?" So that's okay, man. He's learning. That's what it's all about. So this is the film. It's hard to see in here, but the way this works is when they come from the factory, when you think you're advancing the film by clicking this or turning this, you're actually not advancing, you're actually rewinding the film back into the spool. So what they do is they pre-spool it on this side, where you would normally have the take-up in a small camera like this, where you would shoot the shot, you would advance the shutter, and you would advance the film through to this side, and then when you got done, you would hit a button or do some other mechanism and then reverse it all back in. This camera doesn't do that. They start it over here, and then as you shoot, it reverses it back in. So your number one shot is going to be the one closest to the spool, and then as you get further out to the tip of the film, that's where you'll get your last 27 shot out of it. So that's important to know. When you open these things up, the first time you open one of these up, you got to do it in total darkness. If you're going to take the film out and re-spool it onto something else, you got to do it in total darkness. But you also have to worry about figuring out, can you get the lead back out? Or do you just sit there and fish around and touch the film until you feel where there's the end of the lead and it's gone through the process? So also, you can't, I tried. Took a perfectly good roll of film and ruined it, trying to put it and load it into this thing in the darkness and figure out how to get this spool wound up. Obviously there's something that goes in the top here that turns this, that takes this up. I don't have the tool that will turn this take-up spool to wrap the film onto it so that it will actually operate as a camera. which sucks because it's got a shutter, it takes good pictures. I mean, how many graduation pictures do you have in your house, or other pictures, trip pictures, vacations, whatever, that you shot on a disposable camera, and they're amazing, and they're your family, you know, they're family memories. They're, you know, they take good pictures for plastic junky cameras, especially with the flash. That's what's amazing, is you can take a decent picture with a flash indoors with one of these things, but you can't reuse it. So once you get these pieces of this film out of this thing, and let's do that. So once you get the film out, you can see here, there's really not much to it in terms of like where the film sits or anything like that. There's not a good way to wind the film on there, or not wind the film, but you reverse the film back on there, and there's not a good way to put the film on this side. So these things are, from a reuse perspective, and trying to do anything with them is impossible. You're not going to be able to do anything with them, really, which is frustrating because it's a cool, I mean, form factor, it's a camera. When you hold it, look at it, smell it, it's a camera. Just shoot it, and then go have it developed somewhere, and do that. I would advise, when you do shoot them, don't take the cardboard off and go shoot them. I know that, you know, it's kind of goofy to walk around with a camera that has a big giant advertisement on it for the flash and single use and all this other good stuff on it, and you kind of want to maybe rip that off. I've done that on a couple of these, and because the seals in here are not super great, and there's this big hole right here where they wind the film and so forth, I've had some light leak issues on them. Only after I take this cardboard off, and I believe it even says that on the instructions on the back to not do that. But I mean, basically, that's anytime you ask a photographer not to do something, they're gonna go do it like a small child. These are cool. They expired in, you can't see it thanks to this fancy ring light thing, expired December of 2010. So they're already going to kind of get some junky photos out of, and I think they had a little heat abuse to them as well. From where I got them, they weren't well taken care of. I think they were in a garage for a while, and a garage in Texas is death on film or anything important because it gets so damn hot here in the summer. So disposable cameras, they're awesome. You can still buy them at Walgreens, Rite Aid, Costco, CVS, all those other places. You can't, I mean, I think you can get them developed there if you want. Typically when you send these off to get them developed, you get charged a little bit more. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they have to take the package off and they have to open it themselves. But honestly, you can do that yourself and then just send the roll of film in, and they don't even have to know it came out of this, other than it's a 27 roll of film. And typically, what's interesting, you can only get a 27 exposure roll of film when you buy a disposable camera, but you can't when you buy a roll of film. It's either 24 or 36. But if you're good with how you wrap your film onto the lead there, you can get 27 rolls or 27 shots out of a 24 exposure roll of film. So that's really the only indicator, this 27 and then this weird label that has on there. But develop at home, and then you don't have to worry about that. We'll talk about that in another episode. So thanks again for watching tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the dislikes, thanks for the comments, thanks for everything and all the love you guys give to the community of photography. Thanks for getting out and shooting photos. You know, the best camera that you can have is the one you have with you when you take photos. So don't get hung up on whether or not you have a disposable camera, a film camera, or any other crazy camera. You have an iPhone, a Samsung phone, or an Android phone, whatever it might be, and you've got probably one of the best amazing photo machines, photography apparatus, cameras that you can get right there in your pocket that you watch Facebook, goofy Facebook videos on, and maybe this goofy video on. So thanks again for watching. Go out, shoot film, have a great time with it, get you get to be part of a community of other photographers, and kind of trade secrets and trade ideas on how things are going with what you're doing. Shoot some videos and shoot them my way and let me know what you're talking about and how you do some certain things. I love to learn from other photographers and other artists and how they do and handle situations. I love taking these old things that people want to throw away and or sell me for very cheap, and let me play with them and shoot some cool pictures. So thanks again, everybody. Go be awesome and have an awesome night.